You won't believe what happened to this power couple. From betrayal, infidelity allegations, and being called out by their own closest friends, to starting from zero, selling rice on the harsh streets of Nairobi.
Finally, nimeleta order zenu wale wa town, leo tunakula mchele.
While the other was allegedly living lavish, flaunting a younger, more stylish girlfriend.
My beautiful wife, how are you doing, my baby? My Lazizi, I've missed you so much.
Lazizi, mahabuba.
Wacha ngoja manze, yani unajua historia Lazizi imeleta shida sana.
But that is not all. Wait until you hear what happened next, because just when the internet had picked sides, just when Rena favored claimed that she was rebuilding from scratch, RITCHIE MDOSI flipped the script and exposed her, saying she left with everything, property, assets.
Kama mama yao, watu wengine wanasema msaidie, they don't know. Me, I don't know why anafanya hizo videos at starting from scratch. Sijui kwa nini anafanya vitu kama hizo. Because the time alitoka kwa hao, alibeba kiti, alibeba washing machine, alibeba utensils, alibeba almost everything. Unaelewa? So hizo stories zenye watu wanasema sijui msaidie, nilimwachia all the insurance. Sijui kama mnaelewa. And I don't, mnafanya nianze to explain things zenye siku anafaa to explain. Unaelewa? But I know you guys. And
the truth suddenly blurry, and then boom, one random morning, the breakup that shook Kenya. Director RITCHIE MDOSI and Rena Solomon, or Rena favored of the Wadosi family, announced that they are back together. For the kids, they say, for love, for family. But fans could not ignore one thing. Why did RITCHIE MDOSI look unhappy, almost forced? And just when you think that the drama is done, a reunion song drops, celebrating their great reconciliation, romantic, emotional, perfect for branding.
Rena amefumble. Who will tell Rena that RITCHIE amerudi kwa sababu aliona star yake ina shine na yake inadidimia? I feel like Rena should have given it time and first focus on her growth. Yani mtu anakuacha na anaenda anaoa, anakuaibisha social media, and you have the guts kumrudia. Suggest by some comments naona mkiandika online na naona mmejam tu sana, and time again mnaambiana mambo ya watu wawili wamejifunika duve moja, muachane nayo. Focus on your businesses, focus on your marriages.
But that is not all, because out of nowhere, Lazizi appeared. She claimed that the song was hers. She claimed that she helped create the song, that she was directly involved.
Ndo akabadilika akasema, unajua Rena ni mzuri, hao ndo wanamharibu akili. From that day, akachange kama 4 days ago.
Exposés, receipts, accusations, calling out the Dominion family for picking sides, calling the Wadosi brand fake, and yet the Wadosi family stayed silent. No response, no panic, just vacations, smiles, and an unbreakable family content. So, what is this really? A genuine reconciliation, or the most perfectly scripted digital comeback that Kenya has ever seen? Because from selling rice to luxury vacation in weeks, from villain to victim, from heartbreak to hit song, the story doesn't just have twists, it has strategy. And trust me, the shocking truth behind this reunion might change how you see these influencer breakups forever.
You can see it. Those who have followed this story, those who have watched this video, those who have even watched their sit down, wapendwa mziki, size 8 and RITCHIE, and you can tell the way this guy is so anxious to get this thing going and say it, God who has done it, God has overcome the devil. There was no God has overcome the devil. RITCHIE, you knew very well that you have been flirting behind curtains, behind closed doors. It's only that God exposed your evil doings that now you're here telling us the doing of God. RITCHIE, we must call a spade before we can accept you back to the society.
The Wadosi family, a digital empire, built one of the most recognizable family content platforms in East Africa. Millions of followers across YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. So, when the cracks began to show, the fallout was never going to be quiet. It was going to be loud, messy, theatrical, and that is exactly what happened.
Nataka kuuliza God manze yani.
But here is the part that will make your skin crawl.
Unfortunately, something has just come up with my YouTube channel, See Party Guys.
Stay with me because what I am about to lay out, minute by minute, detail by detail, will change the way you look at every celebrity breakup you have ever witnessed online. And trust me, the Lazizi chapter, that part of the story, is something else entirely.
Lazizi mahabuba.
Now let us rewind. Sometimes around September of 2025, whispers began circulating across social media. Something was wrong in the Wadosi household. The couple that had built a brand on love, family and togetherness was falling apart. The joint videos slowed down, the body language shifted, the comment sections became battlefields, and then it all exploded. Allegations of infidelity surfaced, betrayal, broken trust, the kind of accusations that do not just end relationships, they destroy reputations. Rena made claims that painted a picture of deep emotional pain. She positioned herself as the one who had been wronged, a woman discarded after giving everything to a man who never truly valued her. The narrative spread like wildfire. Sympathizers flooded her comment section. Hashtags trended. Think pieces were written. But RITCHIE MDOSI was not staying silent either. He fired back, not with tears, but with receipts. He accused Rena of being deceptive, of painting a picture that did not match reality, and he suggested that the woman crying poverty was anything but poor.
Sijui kwa nini anafanya vitu kama hizo. Because the time alitoka kwa hao, alibeba kiti, alibeba washing machine, alibeba utensils, alibeba almost everything. Unaelewa?
According to him, she had walked away with significant assets, properties, finances, things that most Kenyans struggling through their daily lives could only dream of. And here is where it gets even more complicated. Their closest friends, the people who had been featured in the content, eaten at their table, prayed with them, and built what was known as the Dominion family, began stepping back, one by one, quietly, not taking sides publicly, but making their silence very loud. Some cited religious beliefs as the reason they could not get involved. Others simply disappeared from the narrative altogether.
Lazy, like all the Dominion family wanajua mwanamke yuko hivyo, so he was tired. So now
let me pause here because what I am about to tell you next, this is where the story takes its major turn. Do not skip ahead. In the weeks following the public split, Rena Solomon began posting content that shocked her audience. Gone were the luxury halls, the lavish vacations, the designer outfits. Instead, Rena was on camera, on the streets of Nairobi, selling rice, packaged rice, door to door, market to market. She described this as starting over from zero.
Na wale bado make your orders. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? The shori iko in town. So yeah, it's here. Zingine ni za Mombasa, kuna wa Murang'a, wale wa Nairobi, kila mahali. Keep the orders coming. Thank you.
She talked about the harshness of Nairobi, a city that does not care about your past fame when you have nothing in your pockets. She documented the struggles, waking up early, hustling, grinding and rebuilding. But here is the twist that nobody expected. While Rena was building this narrative of survival, RITCHIE MDOSI released his own version of events. He claimed, publicly and without hesitation, that Rena had not started from scratch. He stated that she left the marriage with substantial property, that the starting from zero storyline was not just misleading, it was, in his words, a fabrication and a performance. Now, who was telling the truth? That question divided Kenyan social media right down the middle. But before anyone could settle the debate, something else happened entirely. Something that made a betrayal allegation look like a warm-up act.
My sister, things don't work like that. Haurudi kuonyesha wanawake wenye amelala nao. Eti now you are back. That home is dirty. That guy 4 days ago was with another woman. and you are coming back. Of course, everybody's excited, and you are not going to use protection. He's your husband.
While Rena was documenting her supposed struggle, Richie was living what appeared to be a completely different reality. New content, new energy, new vibe, and most notably, a new woman. Her name was Hadasa, but the internet would come to know her by her other name, Lazizi. Hadasa was a Tanzanian TikToker and a singer. She was younger, stylish, more confident, and she was suddenly everywhere in Richie's content. The optics were brutal, one woman selling rice in the scorching sun, while her estranged husband parades a younger, flashy replacement for the entire internet to see. The public ate it up. Rena was the victim, Richie the heartless villain, Hadasa the homewrecker. The roles were cast, and the court of public opinion had already delivered its verdict. But hold to that thought, because this story does not go where you think it goes, not even close. Now, before I continue, I need you to understand that what comes next is the part of this story that broke the internet. Everything I have told you so far was just the startup. The real drama, the part that had millions of Kenyans refreshing their feeds at 3 in the morning, is coming right now. It was just a regular morning, late February of 2026, roughly 5 months after the most chaotic, most publicized breakup in the Kenyan content creator history. People had moved on. The think pieces had been archived, the hashtags were dominant, and then Rena Solomon posted one video and the internet stopped.
Personally, uko hapa?
Yeah,
Mi niko hapa to let you guys know that I'm aware of everything that has happened. Kama venye mnajua, we had separated and a lot happened. He had decided to move on. Alikuwa amepata new love, which I don't have an issue with, because ni kitu tulikuwa tumeagree kila mtu ana try new things, so it was in place. But unfortunately, I think he felt he was not doing the right thing, ama because we have been praying, guys. Wengi wenu mmekuwa mkiniambia I'm praying for you, wengi wenu mmekuwa mkini text, so we were praying for a restoration, and a restoration has happened, guys. So we have decided that we can give this a second shot, that we can, for the sake of us, for the sake of our children, and for the sake of God's glory. That's why we are doing it.
She announced with a smile on her face and a ring on her finger that she and director Richie Mdosi were back together and the Wadosi family was reunited. Let that sink in. After all the betrayal allegations, after the infidelity claims, after the rice selling, after the public humiliation, after the tears and the accusations and the new girlfriend, they were back together as if none of it had ever happened. The reason, they said it was for the children, for the family, that the bond they shared was bigger than the storm that they had weathered. The announcement was polished, coordinated, almost rehearsed. But there was one detail that most people could not stop talking about. Richie's face, in every photo, in every clip from the reunion, he did not look happy. His smile, if you could even call it that, did not reach his eyes. His posture was stiff. His energy was flat. Viewers started commenting immediately. He looks forced. He does not want to be there. Something is off, and who is making him do this? The speculation was relentless. Some believed that Rena had leveraged something. Others thought that the brand demanded the reunion. A few even suggested that RITCHIE MDOSI had no choice because the alternative, a custody battle, financial exposure, or reputational damage, was worse than going back. And just when you thought the drama had peaked, a song dropped. To celebrate the reunion, the Wadosi family released a song. But within hours, Hadasa, or the so-called Lazizi, detonated a bomb that nobody saw coming. She claimed the song was hers, not metaphorically, not symbolically, literally hers. She alleged that she had been directly involved in the creation of the track during her time with Richie, that her voice, her ideas, and her creative inputs were embedded in the very song that was now being used to celebrate a marriage that she had been told was over. The same marriage she was allegedly brought in to replace. Hadasa did not stop there. She launched a campaign to get the song pulled down. And then she went even further. She started exposing conversations, private messages, alleged promises Richie had made to her. She painted a picture of a man who had used her, discarded her, and then stole her creative work to gift wrap a reunion she was never told was coming.
Every time, Yani, you just coming to my mind, and I love you so much. I want you to take care of yourself, and pia mimi nakutamani kinoma noma. I pray that tonight I'll see you, and I pray that utakuwa umelala vizuri, utakuwa na energy tupige story. Nakupenda sana my baby. Take care of yourself. I can't wait to have babies with you.
The Wadosi family's response: silence, complete and total silence. They did not address a singing claim. They did not acknowledge a single post. They did not engage with a single expose. They simply continued posting family content as if Hadasa did not exist. And that silence was louder than any response could have ever been. By refusing to engage, they framed her as irrelevant, as an attention seeker, as a narcissist. Desperate for clout, their loyal fans ran with the narrative. The comment section under Hadasa's videos filled with accusations: fake, clout chaser, narcissist, move on, nobody cares. Hadasa, frustrated and feeling gaslit, turned her fire onto the Dominion family. She called them out name by name, accused them of picking sides, of protecting the brand at the expense of the truth. She named names, she challenged their faith, she questioned their integrity, but none of them ever responded. Here is the part that truly unsettles people. Just hours, not days, not weeks, hours after the reunion was announced, the Wadosi family looked more united than they had at any point in their previous 5 months. The content was coordinated, the messaging was tight, the aesthetic was polished, and the vacation post, family vlogs, matching outfits, the children smiling, Richie and Rena side by side. It was almost too perfect, and that perfection is what fuels the biggest question surrounding this entire saga. Was any of it real? Was the breakup genuine, or was it a masterclass in content strategy? Was Rena truly struggling, or was the rice selling an engagement play designed to generate sympathy and views? Was Hadasa a real relationship, or a planned character in a scripted storyline meant to create a villain and a redemption arc?
Morning Wadosi.
Morning. Watakuonyesha watu nini?
Guys, mkoaje?
Have you been here? Sisi tuko on the other side.
Honeymoon yetu imeanza.
Akiwa, it's amazing.
Aplaudi. Third born lazima. Sifa atapata kama.
Did you agree with that? Do you agree with that, guys?
Ni kadema makachani.
Nah, it's the story. Maybe I'm working on my body. Mpaka nifikishe the desired kg.
Butu waonesha our finally tumefika our location.
Influencers like Jimmy Kajim publicly warned Kenyans about getting emotionally invested in celebrity breakups. He pointed out a pattern that repeats itself across the industry. Couples split, fans take sides, emotions run high, engagement skyrocketed, and then the couple reunites, leaving everyone who took sides looking foolish. The scripted theory gained so much traction that it became its own conversation. People started analyzing the timeline, the pacing, the way each revelation seemed to drop at the perfect moment to maximize attention. The breakup announcement right before a content push, the rise selling timed with monetization cycles. The new girlfriend introduced during a period of declining engagement. The reunion announced when the narrative was starting to lose steam. Coincidence? Maybe. Strategic genius? Possibly. The truth? Only Richie and Rena know. So, here we are now. The Wadosi family is back. The brand is intact. The views are higher than ever. Hadasa is shouting into a void that nobody seems willing to acknowledge. The Dominion family is carrying on as if nothing happened, and millions of Kenyans are left holding two conflicting truths at the same time. Love is beautiful, and the internet is a stage. But I want to leave you with this. Whether the reconciliation is genuine or manufactured, whether Rena truly struggled or performed, whether Richie is happy or trapped, There are real children in this story, real emotions, real consequences, and the line between content and reality has never been thinner. So tell me, do you believe the Wadosi reunion is real, or is this the most elaborate content strategy Kenya has ever seen? Drop your thoughts in the comments, share this video with someone who has been following this saga, and if this is your first time on this channel, subscribe and hit that notification bell, because the stories we cover here are the ones everyone else is afraid to tell. I will see you in the next Celebrity Drama Files.